Hey everybody, Stephanie Goldsmith here, makeup artist to the stars of this little farm anyway. I'm coming to y'all today with a wildlife report. Some really interesting things have been happening around here. We live on 10 acres out in Pipe Creek, and it's beautiful. And it's very wild in a way that the Spring Branch and Bulverde area really never was. So yesterday while I'm doing my makeup, and I'm just going to be putting some on while I'm talking to y'all. While I'm doing my makeup, if you saw me make this face, it's because a grasshopper the size of my finger was on the window, which is only about 4 feet away from me. I've never seen, its body was this big, y'all. It was enormous. Primer. Okay. So that was yesterday. Kind of freaked me out. I had to show it to the kids when they got home because you just don't see a grasshopper that size every day. And then today I am looking out the window and I see what I'm pretty sure is a turkey wrestling with a snake or something in the tall grass just outside of the window. So I text my dad and I'm like, Dad, bring your gun and come over here really quietly. He lives in a little vintage RV right next door. So he's like, okay. And then I realized it was just a roadrunner, a really big roadrunner. It was not a turkey. But did y'all know that roadrunners eat snakes? They will pick up the snake and throw it back and forth and kill it. They'll like slam it on a rock or something. Anyway, so roadrunner, it catches you, you're through. All right, so the roadrunner killing snakes is awesome because, hi Marcy, hi Trey, foundation, and we're moving on. I'm just doing a little farm report about all the weird stuff I've seen around here lately. So I'm glad to see the roadrunner because a couple of days ago in the feed barn there was a huge, and I say huge, 4 or 5 feet rat snake. Rat snakes are constrictors. They are not poisonous, but they are very aggressive, and I was really worried about my kids. I'm switching hands. I'm not ambidextrous, but this is not, cursive writing, y'all. This is super easy. Pouncing in between Shinto 1 and Ivory using my big fat blush brush. So the snake kind of freaked me out. While I was screaming for my husband, he got away, so he's still out here somewhere. Maybe that's who the roadrunner was fighting with in the yard, but anyway, that was a big mofo. Okay, and then, so we've had an enormous grasshopper, a roadrunner that was so big I thought it was a turkey, and the rat snake. And yesterday, while I'm doing my makeup, I get this message. Hi, Joe. I get this message from my husband that the FFA teacher at my kids' high school wants us to take 25 show chickens off their hands. And I've seen show lambs, show pigs. Not sure I've ever seen a show chicken. My dad and I decided that they probably wear pasties on their chicken breasts and have high heels on. Show chickens, get it? Anyway, sorry. Hi Candace, you would have laughed at that joke. You're a good friend, Candace. I'm just going to take a little bit of this down here. Kind of like applying a beauty filter. Just evening out a little bit of skin tone. And this is the lightest layer. This brush, applying foundation with a big brush like this, a wax-based foundation, means that you're getting a really, really thin layer. So this brush is taking teeny tiny bits and then blending them in and creating kind of a spackle effect, filling in pores and giving you a really clean look. If you want a heavier look, you can just keep applying and keep applying and keep applying. Okay, so back to my farm report. So a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I'm looking out this same window, and there is something so big in a tree, I don't know how far that is, maybe 100 feet away, and it's yellow, and it's probably 2 feet, probably 2 feet tall. Concealer, you should be able to see the fingerprints through the concealer. That's the amount of product you're looking for. Start in the tear duct, go down to the nose, nostrils. So I'm staring at it and staring at it. It's kind of obscured by some branches, and I come to the brilliant conclusion, y'all, that this is a monkey. There is a monkey in my tree, which I know sounds ridiculous, right? I don't live in South America or where they have monkeys, but somebody's monkey could have escaped. There's some weird people that live out here. Hi, Dixie. Hi, Heather. If you're at home, why aren't you at my house? You're supposed to come over here and do a makeup video with me. It's my sister. Okay, so anyway, there's a monkey in my tree, right? So I call my dad over because, you know, we're kind of buds during the day. There's nobody here but us, and it could be a vicious monkey or a child-eating monkey. Who knows what kind of monkey it is? So I get him over here, and he's like, what is it? What is it? Well, it turns out it's just a big hawk. It's not a monkey. But that's how big the hawk was, y'all, that I thought it was a monkey. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for checking back in. I hope y'all are getting something out of this. I left my LimeLight setting powder with a bride that I did this weekend, and so I'm using a powder that I used to use before LimeLight came on scene, and it's called Ben Nye, and it's which is a theater makeup. You'd have to order it online or something, but I don't recommend it because this is a mess. I mean, I'm using this sponge and it's dripping powder everywhere. I look like I've had some kind of freak baking accident. And the awesome powder that we have, how much wine had you had when you saw the monkey? No, it was like in the middle of the day, which doesn't mean I haven't had wine, but I don't know how to explain it, y'all. I swore it was a monkey. Anyway, it wasn't. It was a hawk, but it was a big, big hawk. Again, don't know why I have snakes when I have enormous turkey-sized roadrunners and hawks as big as a monkey. How can there be any snakes out here? Maybe I need cats. So I put that setting powder on. You have to set this foundation. You have to. Okay, so back to my farm report. And the last sighting that we've had recently is a flamingo. Now, I know y'all probably don't believe me now because I said I saw a monkey, thought it was a turkey, but truly a flamingo came on scene yesterday. It was this one. I'll show it to you. Flamingo. Okay, this is a flamingo razor. Pops out, and it's also called a feather razor. And you're surprised that's all I've seen out here? Me too. Okay, so this razor it's fairly safe to use on your face because it has kind of a protective blade on it, and it has these little ridges that protect you from actually being able to slice anything. Hi, Laura. How are you loving your new house? Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see more pictures. It's been really cool to see the transformation. Laura just bought this unbelievable house in, where are you, like Canada or something? Anyway, so the razor showed up yesterday. Erin, I use her name all the time. For those of you who don't know who she is, she has been one of my best friends since, like, I don't know, it's probably been at least 15 years. We met when we both lived in Dallas, and she was one of my first, in addition to Mickey, makeup assistants, and so now she runs this makeup empire in Dallas, and I'm super proud of her. But she's the one that shared LimeLight with me, and she and I have often disagreed on a lot of different makeup elements. So she showing me this video the other day with this flamingo razor, and she's shaving people's eyebrows, which I've always been like, you can't do that, because eyebrows are the hairs are shaped like a triangle, and when you shave them off, you have a blunt, fatter end than the pointy, delicate end that's at the top. So when you what am I trying to say here? When you pluck them, you're pulling them out, and they're growing back with the tiny little delicate tip at the top, and then they get fatter at the root. Does that make sense? Somebody tell me if that makes sense. Anyway, this one kind of pulls them out as it's shaving them off, and so you can get rid of all of your little fuzz. Like, I noticed that I had just a tiny little bit of peach fuzz right here, and there's no hair left on my face right now, and let me tell you why. Because I got a hold of anything living with hair yesterday and took this flamingo to it. My little girls no longer have peach fuzz on their legs, and my horses now have their names written in the side of their body, and we've got some super fancy chickens walking around with crazy feather dews. No, not really, but I did shave the crap out of my own face and my kids' legs and Ridgely's eyebrows. She still wouldn't let me pluck them, so this was a great way to do it. Anyway, it's a really cool, hi Mike. This is a really cool little makeup artist technique and tip and tool that I am just now learning about. But it should be lots of fun. I don't always have time to pluck people's eyebrows really well when I'm doing their makeup professionally. And then even when I do, there's often so much peach fuzz right here that it's still reflecting light in a way that is just a tiny bit distracting from the best possible look that they could get. So if you have peach fuzz, just take a mirror and look and see. You should pick one of these up on Amazon, or you could just buy a crap load of makeup from me and I'll send you one for free. I'm gonna give her. All right. I'm gonna do a bold lip today. This is not a LimeLight lip color. But my lip brush is missing. So I'm using a lip liner as lipstick for a matte look. Color in a little bit. And then I'm going to set it with this awful messy setting powder. LimeLight setting powder is a pressed powder, and it's really clean and just so much easier to work with than a loose powder. I'm very proud of LimeLight for producing a pressed setting powder. Okay, so I'm kind of doing a different fall look. I was encouraged by some recent photos of kind of a naked eye, bold lip, and not too strong of a brow. I'm going to do my brows now. This brush is amazing. I can cut cheese with this brush. I didn't, but I could. I'm going to use eyeshadow number 40, and I'm going to draw a line. Where you're looking for is the outside of your iris. That's where the arch of your brow should be. So right where the outside of the circle of your iris is, right up straight from there, is where your brow should be. And if it's not there, you can fake it. Okay, so that's going to give me my my direction. And then it comes down from there. Okay, so that's kind of the shape that I'm going for. And now I'm just going to sort of fatten up and fill in these hairs. And if my brows seem to look particularly amazing today, it's because of my flamingo razor. Now this little spoolie is great for pushing those hairs and also blending out any little mistakes that you might have made with or sharp edges. Like you can see this kind of sharp line right here. So I'm just going to take this and kind of blend that out until the sharp line goes away. It just makes them look a little bit more realistic. And I'm not using my left hand here because, hi Pam, oh wow, and Carrie Berry Boo Bear. Yay, Carrie. Carrie's back on Facebook. She was gone for a long time. She's too good for Facebook. Okay, anyway, here we go. Outside of the pupil is where the arch should be. And while we're talking about the arch, let me just, hi Pam, thank you for saying hi. So okay, about the arch. That is also where your part should be for the most ideal look. Not everybody is gonna do that because some people are just really attached to their parts. But if you're flexible on where your part is, it should be right above where the arch is. So this hair, y'all, I'm getting it done on Friday. I'm so sorry. But my hair naturally parts about right here, just off of center. So I just move the part over and push the hair over that way and then tease it a little bit to kind of make it stay. But the arch of your eyebrow is an indicator of where your part should be. Okay, back to eyebrows. I'm just gonna now take what is there and push it up a little bit. Try not to judge yourself like this. Nobody else looks at you like that way, so don't judge yourself. Kind of look back at yourself, look into your own eyes and ask yourself, is there anything distracting? That's how you should judge whether or not what you just did to your face is good enough to move on or if it needs some work. Might have got a little too crazy with that flamingo razor because I'm not sure I have any hair left over here. Okay, so we got some brows. They're supposed to be kind of naked for this look I'm doing, which is kind of a naked eye, bold lip. And I am gonna go in with a little bit of shimmer right here. This is the number 6 blush. You can use it on your eyes. You can, ooh, you know, we could put it on our lips. I think I did that yesterday. Okay, I'm not gonna contour today. This look is just sort of a really quick, hi Debbie, a really quick, fun, out the door fall look. So we're kind of going for a really simple face, and I'm gonna skip blush also, and that's convenient because I'm missing my blush palette. So anyway, I want a little bit of shimmer on my eyes. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. And again, this is kind of a naked eye, but I am just gonna take a little bit of a kind of pinky beige shimmer and put it right on my eyelid. And that's a little strong for a daytime look. It's a little too glittery, so I'm just gonna take my brush and go back into my 6 color palette, take a little bit of this softer pink, and just kind of brush over it. Everything is fixable, and perfect sits right next to disaster. If you make a disaster of your face, celebrate, because now you just back off of there a little bit and it'll be perfect. All right, I get a little bit of color up here. Here we go. And I have a new makeup order coming in with lots of fun things, including LimeLight's liquid eyeliner. And what I'm going to show y'all next week when that comes in is how to color this membrane up here and keep the liner off of your lid for a really clean, fresh look. It's also great for older women. As you age, this line will start to sag and it will become more apparent. You can't tell right now because I don't have mascara on, but when I put mascara on and it lifts the lashes a little bit, you can actually see that membrane. So when you color that in, it puts more focus on your pupils. So until I get my liquid liner that I'm gonna put up there, I'm gonna use mascara. I'm gonna poke myself in the eye at least 3 or 4 times. No big deal. Whatever I do, I can fix it. So I'm going to take a little bit of mascara off of here, and then I'm going to wipe it off on the wand just to localize it, make sure there's no lumps or giant chunks. Okay. Then I'm going to lift this off. I have the product on one side of the brush and not on the other, so I want to lay it like this and just kind of set it under the lashes. I need a little bit more product. It's better to go back 100 times for product than to have too much product on this brush and end up with it transferring down onto the bottom and a huge mess. Hi, Aunt Jackie. So you kind of want to blink onto the brush. And we're coloring that membrane. And you can see it just gives me a little bit of a sharper edge to my eye from one side to the other. Can y'all tell the difference? It's subtle, but that's kind of the point. Nope, I'm still live, Jackie. You're in it to win it. Okay, a little bit more product. We're gonna do the other side. Haven't poked myself in the eye yet, but it's coming. Stay tuned. I can actually do this easier without looking. If I just hold this still, I'm resting my hand on my chin, okay? So I know that I can't just accidentally poke myself too hard. All right, so if I just hold it still and put my eye onto it, it's actually easier. Got little, there. Now, I've been doing this for years. It's gonna take you a little bit of practice. Don't expect it to go that smoothly. And then I'm just gonna apply just a little bit of mascara. This is not a look that's all about the eyes. This is a look that's about a really clean face and a bold lip color. And bold for you could just mean a caramel color. It could mean a baby pink. Bold for you means whatever you have to push yourself to do. And what I would recommend when it comes to pushing yourself and doing something that you're not sure about is to ask somebody that you trust. You can send me a picture, or you can ask a sister, friends, whatever. Say, you know, what's working here? Don't ask them about the thing that's bothering you. Don't say, is this lip color too bright? Because then that draws attention to it, and then that's all they can see, because whatever is in focus expands. Ask them, is anything distracting on my face? Would you change anything? Ask that question instead of, are my eyebrows too orange? If I say that, then all of a sudden you start looking at my eyebrows, you go, well, you know what? They are kind of orange. It may not have ever been an issue if you hadn't said anything. So just ask, is anything distracting? Like my roots, for example. I promise Friday, I'll get it fixed. Okay, so yay, clean look. Not sure, this is a hat day, y'all. That's what's gonna happen here. Clean look, bold lip. Bold for me is hot pink, but I'm gonna be pressing myself to do something even crazier. So what is coming up next week. Well, this weekend, Saturday, I'm going to be at the Dallas Makeup Show. So I'm going to do a little live when I find something really interesting there and share that with you. Thank you, Mike. I am next week going to do a kid school pictures makeup tutorial. So how to put makeup on your kids in a really clean way that is only perfecting them for photos and not making them look like little pageant queens, because they don't touch up those photos and you don't get the disc. Sometimes in high school they'll ask you have an option to pay for them to edit the photos, but really all they're going to do is clean up any blemishes. So to take all the pink out of your baby's eyes and put the color focus back on their iris instead of making them look tired. A lot of kids have a lot of pink discoloration under their eyes. I'll show you how to get rid of that. I will show you how to fill in their eyebrows a little bit. So again, the focus is on their eyes, and just make them look really ethereal and perfect for their school pictures. And then also next week, I'm going to be doing a YouTube series on I'm going to break down every little element. So I'm going to do just a quick video about foundation and only foundation, and I'm going to try to make them really quick and shareable. So I'm going to edit those videos. I'm not going to do them live. So I would really love it if you guys would go to my YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and put in my name and subscribe. I don't want you to subscribe because I want you to look for notifications of my videos on YouTube, because I'll put them on Facebook anyway. But what that tells me is that you guys are paying attention and you're interested in that video. So if nobody goes to YouTube and subscribes, then I'll know maybe y'all aren't that interested in kind of the basics of foundation video, a concealer video, a brow video, a contour video, where I break each one down. But if you all go to YouTube and subscribe, then I'll know that that is of interest, and I would love to know that so I don't waste anybody's time. Okay, so that's what's coming up. Live in Dallas at the Dallas Makeup Show next week, kids photo, school picture makeup. And also next week, foundation video, concealer video, brow video that's easily shareable with people that you know that may be having issues with those things. So, hey Laura, I'm just checking out, but I hope you guys will go back and watch. I had a fun little farm report at the beginning of this, and I will look forward to seeing you guys on Saturday at the Dallas Makeup Show. Ciao!